Welcome back to a new season of Walking with Llama Paws. Today I have come back to a wet but sunny Norfolk to see if I can finish off the Weaver's Way. Now I've got quite a long walk ahead of me and the ground's pretty wet, so not 100% confident this walk's going to actually come off in its entirety, because we're going to be walking along through the Norfolk Broads a fair bit. But anyway, we are here at Decoy Farm and ready to kick off. So have a quick look at the route, then come back and join me.
The final leg of the Weaver's Way starts at Decoy Farm and ends at Great Yarmouth. From the farm, we pick up the route east and south alongside Hickling Broad, and then go alongside a number of other small waterways before turning sharply west close to Martham Ferry. The route next crosses under Heigham New Bridge and then over Heigham Bridge to continue southwestward alongside the River Thurne and then through Thurne Village. Next, we take the field southwards towards and through Oby before rejoining the river pass southwards, past Upton and across the Acle Bridge, skirting alongside Acle Dyke and then into the titular village itself. After that, it's south across the fields and along some roads past Damgate, through Tunstall and into Halvergate, where the way heads sharply east across the Halvergate Marshes. Eventually, passing the Berney Arms station, we curve northeast past the former public house to yomp merrily alongside the River Yare for some distance, before finally heading east into Great Yarmouth and through the streets to the shoreline at our route's end.
It was a bit damp when I came into this in November, the other bits of the route, but I honestly think this is even damper now. So I imagine my waterproof for my boots is going to get quite a checking out today. I don't expect to finish this with dry feet, let's put it that way. I am hoping though that it's not going to be like the end of the National Forest Way last year, where I ended up walking through a river in order to finish it. But you know, we may yet see that. Yeah, I kind of thought it might be a bit like this. I think a lot of the route today is going to be this combination of river and path. Oh, there's no choice here, is there? Yeah, it's forging through a river. Well, it's okay, it's 2 degrees above zero, so I shouldn't freeze to death. Just came across a pair of muntjac hiding in the reeds from me. It's alright, I'm going to move on. Has to be said, aside from those moments where I have been wading through water, which have been fairly frequent, this is an absolutely gorgeous route. The fact there's a little fog in the air and the sun breaking through really adds to the beauty. There's also the fact that because it's so wet down this path, the chance of me meeting anybody else other than muntjac is probably near zero. So certainly for this section of the Weaver's Way, I've got it all to myself. Huzzah! So as we round the bottom of Hickling Broad, we've moved off the sections that were distinctly underwater into sections that are just sheer slimy mud. Now, the veteran of Leicestershire's slimy muds this winter, yeah, these are certainly up there with them. It's making for slow going, difficult progress. I am certainly skidding all over the place. I'm hoping it's going to be a bit of hard standing in about a mile or so's time. Oh, this is not wrenching on a lot of my muscles. You know, it's basically, I feel I'm expending twice as much energy to do each mile as I normally would. So yeah, enjoying the scenery, not enjoying the conditions underfoot. You know, every time I think I'm coming somewhere civilised again, and look, not wading through mud for 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes, it's about 30 seconds, because look, straight ahead again. Oh, masquerading as a footpath. That definitely looks challenging. Imagine I walk on off the path, and the path is a bit most underwater. Yeah, it's definitely wet out here. Civilization, but clearly not enough civilization. So the path is just underwater still. As we continue along this pathway, which is now less muddy than it has been previously. It's been a lot of wet, a lot of mud still, but at least I'm making a bit better progress for once. Boat coming along there. Considering today's Saturday, you'd expect to see more boats. I believe over there, though, there is a windmill I'm heading for, but via a long loop. So in the meantime, let's just enjoy this boat going past. I am thinking back to the Leicestershire canal routes, where they're invariably more paved. Norfolk doesn't appear to have bothered to have paved their canal towpaths, which is a bit of a shame. Or at least where they are paved, there are other bits that are underwater. Never mind, the views are lovely. The sun is still here. Oh, there's a hare running across the field over there. Great big hare scampering across. Certainly been lots of wildlife to see, lots of geese flying over and honking at me. But yeah, so for a while at least, less mud, more progress. I do believe this windmill marks the point at which I might actually be going through the roads for a short while. That will be a blessed relief. Lovely windmill though. Slimy mud track. Dear Norfolk, please invest in some proper paths by the Broads. That would be a brilliant idea. Rather than just this mud. What church? That's the first church I've actually seen on the whole route. Oh, and down there, I think I can see some ducks and some geese lying in wait for me. Okay, very limited walking on roads there, but thanks to a very helpful farm lady who put me right when the signage was not that obvious. Just come through Thun Church there behind me, and we've got a short section about a mile of walking on fields. Now recently I've been avoiding walking on fields because they've been too muddy. Compared to walking alongside the Broads, the fields aren't muddy at all around here. And they're quite delightful to walk on. This is a really good surface, perfect. A bit of springiness to it. Oh, but the scenery continues to enchant. So many mills around. I mean, obviously it's called the Weaver's Way, so you'd kind of expect mills aplenty. There's so many of them quite intact. Not something I see around my part of the world normally. So, yeah, a real treat. Even if it is heavy going, and we are going to come back to on the Broads again after another mile, so I imagine the mud will return, and the water, and the slogging through it. But never mind, what else would I be doing with my day today, eh? A good time out on the trail. Well, on the whole, this bit alongside this broad has been better. It's still slippery underfoot. I'm still occasionally sliding all over the place, just not with every single step. Oh. Another windmill. Really are. Loads of windmills on this route. Anyway, about another mile. I do believe we come off the Broad again for a bit. Only for a short respite, I suspect, before jumping back on it. Yeah, coming off the Broads now. Hopefully for quite a long while, because I am sick to death of walking on these sticky, muddy paths alongside them. Oh, you know, in summer this is probably a glorious route, but in February, wet winter, vile, really, really vile. I am way more tired than I should be at this point in the walk, because I feel like every step I've taken there's been an extra half step to steady myself. So I've walked another 6 or 7 miles already in terms of energy usage. Oh, and you know what? The scenery after a while it does get a bit repetitive. Right, let's see one more mill. No thanks. So right, across some fields for a few miles now, which will be hopefully a blessed change of pace. But oh, you can probably see from the camera stuttering the way how much I'm slipping and sliding around here. And I've got very good grips on my boots. Well, my hopes for the fields have been largely dashed. They are just as muddy, and I appear to be walking still amongst costly water courses. I guess that's an East Anglia, it's been reclaimed, hasn't it, from the Marshes. It still is Marshes as far as I can tell. Oh, so hard to keep any kind of pace going. Hiking rhythm, because the second you get into it, something gets muddier, you slip, you can balance yourself. So I feel a lot of muscular aches and pains I don't normally get on hiking. Having to stabilise myself. So I can't say I'm particularly enjoying this stage of the Weaver's Way. I mean, the first stage was fantastic. The second stage was okay, a bit dreary, but this third stage, not a lot of fun, full stop. There's been the pleasure of a little bit of road walking recently, although we're back into mostly fields now. I think this is the ruins of Damgate Church. This is Llama, take note. Very breezy. Nice tower. Yeah. Back at some more roadway for a little while. Not to say I'm going to object. At this point, I've just crossed the 14-mile barrier, so by my reckoning that's about 10 miles still to go if I do the full route today. So let's see. Oh, a sign for the Weaver's Way. It says, "Carry on the road, my son," which I am very happy with. What to my delight and joy, I've realised I'm actually further along than I thought I was on the map. It turns out I was actually one village further south. That's because I turned the map over. I'm now walking through Halvergate, and as you can see, look, it's on tarmac. I was complaining when I was out walking a week or so ago, when I did 22 miles out on just roads. Today, I have been looking forward to doing some road walking more and more as the day has gone on. I am quite excited though, because I've noticed on the horizon I can actually see the very edge of Great Yarmouth, and Great Yarmouth is my anticipated destination today. We're still 8 or 9 miles away from it, but that's quite exciting to actually say for the first time that's what I'm aiming for. So yeah, much happier now. I've A, found I'm further on, and B, I'm off the mud for a mile or so. Just noticed the house to my right that says Mid Hill. I thought it was called Mud Hill. That would have been more appropriate today. So we're back out into the fens and drain lands again. And to be honest, that's what the next 5 miles or so is going to be. I'm hoping, possibly against hope, maybe it won't be as squelchy as the bits further north of here. This looks better drained. It also looks populated with swans. But you know, time will tell. It's obviously squelchy underfoot, but it's clearly not as heavily trodden as some of the paths I've been on today. They're not as churned up. I'm not using my walking stick at the moment, and I've got a fairly good grip. Fairly, not brilliant, but fairly good. Anyway, this is going to be the landscape for a while now. The sun's not quite as bright as it was earlier, which is a shame, but it's still warm enough. And I should still get to Great Yarmouth before nightfall. I hope. Otherwise I'll be sending up an emergency flare for someone to come and fetch me. New kind of challenge out of here. I'm navigating between these gates. Each of them's got a little Weaver's Way diagram on it and saying come on this way, but obviously there's nothing in between it, just this sort of wide openness. So if you miss one of those arrows, you could go very wrong. Also, just be a man of the hike again. By the way, you're saying, oh, it's ankle deep ahead, and I was like, yeah, it's been ankle deep already and more behind me. Admittedly, over 10 miles behind me now, but certainly a lot of swans out here. I used to certainly like this wetlands area. Onwards to the next gate, and hopefully eventually out of this wetland onto some more directional footing. I suspect I will be underwater again before too long. Well, I am off the marshes, and I am so grateful. To say the signage was poor would probably be an understatement. To say the conditions underfoot were terrible would also be an understatement. I feel like I've swum across half of it. Oh, I've just seen a sign there. There's an end of the trail, 5 miles. Oh, that's good, because I've just noticed I'm almost at 19 miles. So that does make it 24 miles, which is about what I'd calculated it was going to be. 5 miles, so hour and a half walking maybe left. Let's hope it's 5 miles of pleasant walking and not swampy marsh nightmare. I will not be walking across there again in a hurry, I can tell you. I'm not sure even in the summer it would be much better. Certainly challenging. I met quite a few hikers going across it though, so it's clearly a popular way to go, but it's taken me a long time to come across it. Not helped as well at midway, some of the signs sent me in the wrong direction for a while. Well, I've been walking alongside the River Yare for quite some time, where Great Yarmouth gets its name. It's Great Yarmouth over there, you can see, and look ahead, it's another mill. They should call the Mill Way, not the Weaver's Way. One more thing of note that's happened. My gimbal has fallen in half. It's a bit of a disaster. It means I need a new one. I should really get some sort of donation system going. So my viewers, if you're really feeling generous, you can send some money to the Llama's Gimbal Fund. Because, yeah, definitely the new one, because I'm holding the stump of it at the moment. A bit of a shame about that. I just snapped clean off and I was just putting it away. It wasn't that expensive though. Anyway, we've just passed the sign, 3.5 miles to the end of the route. So just over an hour of slogging to go. Looking forward to getting there. I really am, because I think at least 3 or 4 of those final miles are just walking alongside this, which is very beautiful, but there are no shortcuts. Guess what? Still walking alongside this bit. Still waiting to get into the road for Great Yarmouth. I can see it over there. That's the road I eventually intersect with. but I just seem to get no closer, no matter how far I walk. Great Yarmouth itself is getting slightly closer. I estimate 2 miles at this point to the end point, but you know, no guarantees. Signs have been known to be wrong before. Well, that's been a fun 15 minutes as my phone overheated, so I couldn't record anything. Not even the interesting owl I saw, or the endlessness of these marshes. I have grown to loathe them, I have to say. This route just seems to go on forever. Walking around this, I'm alongside the road now in Yarmouth, but no, we can't intersect with it because there's the train line in the way. So we have to stay circling the marshes on a muddy path. Yeah, if you think you're doing the Weaver's Way, don't do it in February. That's my advice. Do it in April. Do it April to September. Don't do it in the other months. The hassle of the conditions in the foot, other than that, just aren't worth it. You probably have a great, more enjoyable time if you do that. I estimate, though, 1.5 miles to the end now. But I could be wrong because, you know, they've stopped putting quite so many signs. So there's like basically once a mile you get a sign and you go, oh good, I am still on the right route. Which is odd because at the other end the signage is brilliant, but here in sort of the more Yarmouth area the signage has been much poorer. If you've enjoyed the video, well, thank you for sticking with it this far. Please subscribe, give me a like. All these things help the YouTube algorithm present my hikes to more people, and I really do appreciate it. Well, I think that indicates I'm actually at the end of the Weaver's Way because that's where I started, Cromer 61 miles. But you know what? I've still got some life left in my legs, so I'm going to walk down to the seafront just to wrap things up nicely. This glorious old bridge. Can't say Great Yarmouth is exactly winning me over right now with its cosmopolitan looking scenery. It looks a bit like a rundown crap hole, all things considered. I mean, the seafront's alright if you like kind of trad seaside kind of things, but yeah, town itself very rundown. It hasn't got any better now. I've walked a bit further in, I'm nearer to the coast. I've already passed a pub doing karaoke. Bear in mind, it's 4:15 in the afternoon. I mean, okay, it's a Saturday, I suppose, but it's a bit early for very bad karaoke. There we go, Britannia Pier seems an appropriate point to stop. So we started at the Cromer Pier last November. Beach hardly busy. Yes, today's Weaver's Way was 24.74 miles. That's yeah, that was good. I mean, it should have been nearer 24, but there was a little bit of me going wrong on the marshes. Was it worth it? I don't know. I have to say, I haven't enjoyed this bit of the trip quite as much as I did the other bits of the Weaver's Way. Certainly the Cromer stretch is the highlight of the route by far. Much more beautiful countryside. You start at Cromer, finishing at Great Yarmouth. It's not Cromer, that's for sure. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you will join me very soon for the next episode of Walking with Llama's Paws. See you then.